Hi and welcome. The Carroll Freedom Players would like to welcome you to our production of Heading for the Hills by Lee McGrath. I am Hannah Barnes and I am one of the 3 stage managers for this production. Along with me, we have the directors Miss Tony Whites, Miss Diane Walters, and our set director Jack Glazier. This is a 3-act play. There will be intermission after Act 2. The concession stands will be open and the restrooms are located to the left of the concession stand. We ask you please do not have any flash photography during the productions so we don't interrupt anybody. And if you need to exit, please do so quietly because our doors are very loud. We want to thank you and hope you guys enjoy it.
Ooh. That'll learn you, Skeets. I was just trying to get a little piece of candy, that's all. Can't be eating all the profit.
We ain't eating none of it, Pa. What'd be the harm in having one little bite?
Shut your tater trap. And don't go thinking y'all sneak a piece the next time you tend stores, Skeets. I counted every blame piece in them boxes. If there's any's missing, I'll have the money for it.
Mary Lou, Chuck, Harry, Amy, Junie, Gloria, and Allie Wishes sure are lucky.
Why?
'Cause they got married and moved away from home.
Yep, got a good price for 'em, too.
Look what I brung.
What for?
What to sell? Ain't they purty?
Who be wanting to buy flowers?
You never can tell. Besides, they'll brighten up the store for when the cousins come. I got suspicions they'd be expecting something better than this.
What could be better than this? It'd be the best store in Lone Mule, Tennessee.
It'd be the only store in Long Mule, Tennessee.
When will they be arriving, Pa?
Don't know. Don't care. You know, Happy sold that bathtub to Mrs. Lasser this morning.
The one you've been trying to sell for a year?
Yep.
That ain't right, Pa. What's Mrs. Slouser gonna do with a bathtub? Them Slousers ain't took a bath in years.
No. She said something about it being good for making cider.
Speaking of the Slousers, Pa, when do you think Mr. Slouser's gonna wake up and go home?
Ought to be any day now. He'll be getting hungry soon.
You don't suppose he's dead, do you? He ain't moved in days.
He ain't dead. Skeets, you set that room aside if you're visiting cousins? Can't hear a word you said. Now, ain't that funny? Suppose my hearing's going back on me?
I don't reckon so, Pa.
Hey, Pa.
Betty Belle. Seems you get dirtier every time I look at you. Good thing you're mine, I'll have to see you.
Can't expect us all to turn out clean. Ain't natural.
Reckon not, but I don't know how to get you married off, though. You're coming to the age for it.
Pa!
Happy? You look after the store. I'm gonna bury my money again.
Pa, I've been trying to tell you that the Widder Squiggins is coming.
Well, why didn't you say so?
The Widder Squiggins? Has she brought her young'ums with her?
You think I'd be here if and she had?
That ain't so bad, then. Them Squiggins kids be the most awful bobcats in the valley.
The Widder Squiggins isn't coming!
We know it.
Is Paul hid?
Yep.
Whoa. That sure would be awful if she got to marry him.
She ain't catching Paul. He runs a mile every time he sees her.
Gall darn thing smarts a bit.
Well, what happened?
I got too close when I was feeding that wildcat you caught.
Gosh, Betty Belle, I'll feed him next time.
Nah, I'll just stay further away. It's a mean critter.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Morning, Widder.
Where's your Pa?
Oh, he's out somewhere. I'm to Headin's store.
Excuse me, Widder.
Same here.
Seems like your Pa ain't never here when I come in.
He's a busy man.
Handsome, too. Morning, Mr. Slasser.
I ain't never noticed.
So, Happy, confidentially, has your Pa asked anybody to go to the hoedown with him yet?
I reckon not.
Well, where there's life, there's hope.
Huh?
So I hear y'all are getting visitors from the city.
Yep, cousins of ours. 2 gals.
Is that so?
Yeah, they be orphans. Their folks died.
Sad, ain't it? Always reminds me of my poor Herbert when I hear folks dying sudden.
Your Herbert did go kind of sudden, didn't he? One of your youngins tripped him so he fell head first down the well. Even then, you might have saved him if one of them hadn't slapped the lid on the well so nobody could hear him yelling.
Such harmless fun the little dears was having, and it had to turn out so tragic. So, these cousins, I reckon they be poor, and your pa will have to keep them out of the goodness of his heart.
Oh, they ain't poor. They're rich.
Rich? What are they coming out here for?
I don't rightly know.
Well, there ain't no place in the world like Lone Mule, Tennessee, I always say. But still, you know how city folks are.
I don't know none. What can I do you for, Witter?
Well, I reckon I need a new dress.
A new one? You just got one last week.
Well, that one got burned up. My little angels was having fun, and they set it afire.
Ain't that awful?
Well, I wouldn't have minded much, except I was wearing it at the time. My, ain't this one stylish?
Yep,
How much?
$198.
That is a wee bit high. I ain't used to buying such fancy dresses.
But look at that material, Witter. You can't expect me to notice ya, effing you ain't dressed nice.
I'll take it. So, you sure your pa won't be back?
Nope, he's out somewhere.
All right, well, when you see him, tell him I'll be back soon, in my new dress.
I'll tell him.
Has she gone?
Yep, but she'll be back.
Tarnation!
Pa, I think I heard a car. Will you take over? Maybe it'll be the cousins.
Why are you youngins so head up over these cousins?
They're city folk.
Horrible! Parking the car half a mile away? The street is far too muddy to drive any closer. Goodness, I'd be in up to my hubcaps.
How much further is it?
Size general store. This is it.
This?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, it can't be. It looks like a pig pen.
Hush, someone might hear you. Let's see what it looks like inside. Sometimes a nice interior is hidden by a rough exterior. Mr. Goulis?
Yep, that's me.
I'm Miss Winslow, secretary to the lawyer who's handling your half-brother's estate. You received our communications concerning your nieces, did you not?
Yep,
And did you prepare a room for them?
yep.
Is all you can say yep? These girls have traveled 1,000 miles to be here. I could think your greeting could be a little warmer. After all, you will be paid handsomely for their board.
Wouldn't be taking him in if there wasn't something in it for me.
He's tighter than last year's bathing suit.
What's that?
Nothing. Uncle Cyrus, this is your niece Cornelia.
Howdy, corny.
And this is your niece Dorothea.
Howdy. Dot.
Gosh. Nobody's ever called me Dot before. Glad to meet you, Uncle Si.
Really, Dorothea?
Well, I guess I better go round up my youngins. What's left of them anyhow? Got most of them married off now. Hey, kids! Well, guess I'll go round them up myself. They're quite shy about strangers.
Oh, I can't stay here. I won't.
I'm sorry, dear, but I'm afraid you'll have to. They're your only living relatives.
How did we get such relatives?
It goes back a long way. Of course, I'm only your lawyer's secretary, but I know most of the story. Your father was Si's half-brother. Your grandfather was vacationing here in the hills when he was young and met a beautiful young girl named Laura Bell.
Well, gee, that's romantic.
It was. He married her and took her back to the city with him. He was very wealthy, you know, and he gave her everything she ever asked for. But Laura Bell got homesick. They had a child, your father, but Laura Bell just couldn't fit into the city life.
Poor Laura Bell.
Yes, she finally divorced her grandfather, moved back to the hills and married a poor dirt farmer and lived happily ever after.
How disgusting. And Uncle Si is the son of Laura Bell and her second husband.
That's right.
I still don't see why we have to live with them.
We'll only be here in the summer. In the winter, we'll go to school, and when we're through with school, we can go to Europe to study.
That's right, it won't be too bad.
You can say that, Miss Winslow. You don't have to stay. Look at this place. Look at that. Ugh, I can't stay here. I won't.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid you'll have to.
But why, Miss Winslow, if Cornelia hates it so much?
Listen, girls, it was your father's dying wish that you became acquainted with your only living relatives. His will stipulates that if either of you doesn't remain here in the summers during your schooling, you forfeit your share of his fortune.
What? You mean if we don't stay here, we'll lose all of Dad's money? We'll be penniless.
That's right.
That's horrible!
Nonsense, Cornelia. Surely a few summers here in the hills won't be that bad. You might even grow fond of the place.
I won't! I hate it! Please, Miss Winslow, if we have to stay, you stay with us.
That's impossible, Cornelia. I have a job elsewhere.
We'd pay you!
I wouldn't stay in this pig pen. I mean, it's impossible, that's all.
I think it'll be fun.
Couldn't find Skeets, the youngest one. She's as slippery as an ice cucumber. Well, this here's Betty Belle. Happy? Hank.
Howdy.
Gosh, cousin, nothing's that bad.
Well, no point in prolonging a painful parting. You'll receive your portion of your half-brother's estate, Mr. Gulas, after the girls have lived here for a summer. Please try to remember they aren't accustomed to this kind of life. Their bags are by my car. Well, goodbye, girls.
So long, Miss Winslow, and thanks.
Goodbye, everyone.
Well... Well, I guess you better get acquainted with your room. You got one all to yourselves. I figured you wouldn't want to sleep in with Betty Belle.
She smells quite strong till you get used to it.
Thanks. What about our suitcases? We didn't bring much, mostly sports clothes.
Betty Belle, go get their bags.
Ever seen a blacksmith put a shoe on a horse? Well, come on, I'll show ya. We got a blacksmith just up across the way, and it's mighty interesting to watch.
Gee, I'd love to. Let's go, Cornelia.
Can I stop painting the fence now, Paul?
Reckon. Skeets, you been snitching candy again?
I know something you don't know.
What?
I ain't telling unless you get me some candy to munch on.
How much candy?
5 pieces.
Nothing's worth that much. I'll give it to you for 4, and it better be good. Now then,
Well, I snuck in with those city cousins, was talking to that lady.
she's got something to do with that lawyer feller.
That one they call Cornelia, she says she ain't staying. But that Miss Winslow says she got to.
Why?
'Cause if and she don't, they got fixed that she won't get none of her pa's money he left when he kicked the bucket.
So you're saying if and something was to chase him away from here, all that money would go to the next living relative, and that's me.
That's right. And I still think it was worth 5 pieces of candy.
If and I could clear him out of here, I'd be a rich man. Rich. No more pinching pennies. We could have the biggest house in Lone Mule, Tennessee. We could have a bathtub and maybe even a can.
And they said they didn't bring much. This be only half. I bet they just throwed the stuff out of the car.
Put our bags in that little room over the pig pen.
Huh?
Are you half-witted? You heard what I said.
But we fixed that back room all purty for 'em. You bump your head every time you stand up in the room above the pig pen.
Do as you're told.
Sure, Pa.
And carry the rest of our bags around the outside.
I can't do that without carrying 'em through the hog waller.
Then carry 'em through the hog waller.
Sure, Pa.
and fry up a mess of pig's lungs for supper.
Are you out of your head? You know you don't like fried hog's lungs. You took the switch to me last time I fixed them.
And I'll take the switch to you again after you don't do as you're told.
Sure, Pa. Only they ain't gonna like it.
Oh, there you are, Cyrus.
The widow squeaking said you wasn't no place around. But we found you.
So you did.
She was so busy talking about the hoedown.
We just couldn't get a word in edgewise.
That's right, we couldn't, the way that woman talks.
It's a sin and a shame, I always say.
What can I do for you ladies?
We heard you got some new yard goods for making dresses.
The widow squeaking showed us that new store-bought dress you sold her, but she'll be the homeliest critter at the hoedown if she wears it.
I always make my dresses out of your pretty goods, Cyrus.
So do I.
I got my bolts of goods hanging out on the front porch after you ladies.
Are you going to the hoedown, Cyrus?
Well...
Oh, you just must. It'll be the biggest affair in these parts since old Lady Hensel's funeral.
You must admit, Cornelia, that blacksmith shop was interesting.
Quaint is a better word.
Well, howdy, gals. Aunt Suki, Ms. Augie. These are my two orphan nieces from the West. Looks like they'll be staying a spell.
Oh! I heard about you two poor souls. Lost your pa recent, didn't you?
Our father passed away, if that's what you mean.
And you took him out of the goodness of your heart, Cyrus?
He'll be well paid for it.
My, ain't she the proud one, though?
Oh, no!
What ails you, Cyrus?
Ladies, you must come quick. Betty Bell will be hurt after you went without seeing her garden.
Huh?
But Cyrus, the yard goods.
Later. Corny, you tend to the shop.
Uncle Cyrus, I'm not accustomed to...
Hush up! We all work to earn our keep hereabouts, and you ain't no better than nobody else. Now come along, Dot. Skeets can teach you how to skin a hog. You ain't never skunned one, have you?
No, I don't believe I have.
Then come along.
This is ridiculous. You're being paid to keep us. We're not workhorses.
If you don't like my way of doing things, you can leave.
But we can't. I mean...
Then shut your tater trap or I'll take the switch to you.
What?
And that goes for you too, Dot. Now get!
Ugh! I hate him!
Well, we're back again. Now, Charlie, don't kick Mr. Slasser. You might wake him.
Look, Ma, there's a new one.
A city one.
Look at them shoes! And that dress. I'm just tending the store until my uncle gets back. Uncle Cyrus! Uncle Cyrus!
He won't come. He's scared of us.
Now, don't you talk that way about Cy. He is a fine man, and he might be your new Paul someday.
I can't hardly wait.
Do you want to buy something? Look at this bracelet.
Go!
I thought first.
Did not.
Me too.
I want it. To me.
Get her, Linda Jean. Watch out, Greasy May.
Oh!
Where's Cy?
What?
He doesn't stay home much. What he needs is a bigger family and more of a home life. There ain't nothing like a peaceful home, is there, kids?
No.
Uncle Cyrus went away. I don't think he'll be back for a week.
She's a lying, Ma, but I can get the truth out of her.
Now, put that gun down, son. You mustn't scare folks so. Come on, kids. We'll find Cy later.
Sneak up on him next time, Ma.
Are they all gone? Shh. They might come back if and they hear you. Howdy. Name's Slim Hawkinshaw, if it's anything to you.
It's not.
Who are those awful people?
No, we're Squiggins and her youngins.
What do they want here?
Near as I could ever figure, it won't Cy Goulis. He runs every time he sees them coming.
He must have seen them coming through the window. That's why he was in such a hurry to have me tend the store.
It were a mean trick.
I can understand his reluctance to be here, but why do you have to pick me?
If and it were me, I'd pick you anytime. You're mighty purty.
Thanks. What on earth is that?
Boy, what a dump. There's so much work to do around here. Who's your friend?
Howdy. Name's Slim Hawkinshaw, if it's anything to you.
Maybe I can make it mean something. What are you doing later?
I'm a skin a hog.
That lets me out.
Ma'am, there's gonna be a hoedown in a week or so, and I was thinking.
What are you sputtering about?
Oh, well, I mean, you're a gal, and I'm a feller, so.
So what?
So. Yeah, I'm going home. So long.
Aw, Corny.
Don't you dare call me that name!
I meant Cornelia. You weren't very nice to that guy.
And why should I be?
Looks like he's got a case on you.
I don't care what kind of case he's got. I just want to get out of here.
Why don't you relax? You might even start to enjoy life for a change.
And just what do you mean by that remark?
I was closer to Dad than you were, and I think I have a pretty good idea why he sent us down here.
Go on.
I think he figured we had too many fancy friends and fancy clothes, and he wanted us to come down to Earth for a change.
This place isn't even on Earth. It's below that.
What's that horrible odor? Oh, hello, Betty Belle.
Hello, yourself.
I was wondering if you could show me the rest of your garden. What I saw of it looked awful nice.
You got eyes. Look for yourself.
Well, I wonder what got into her. She was awfully nice earlier when she was helping Skeet show me how to skin that hog.
Maybe it was the crack about the horrible odor.
No. Betty Belle wouldn't have minded something like that. She would have thought it was a compliment.
Oh, wow, what does it matter?
We ought to try to get along. We'll be here for 3 months, and next summer.
Don't remind me. I guess we better start unpacking. Where's our room?
Uh-oh.
Now what?
I forgot you hadn't seen our room yet.
You have?
Sort of. Of course, the smell was so bad that it had my eyes watering and I had to leave. But I saw some of it.
Go on.
It's right above the pig pen.
Oh, this does it!
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna have a little heart-to-heart talk with that uncle of ours.
Yoo-hoo! We lost Cyrus. Now, where do you suppose he got to?
We turned around to look at something in the garden, and quick as that, he was gone.
Something very important must have called him away.
Of course.
He loves our company.
I bet.
Oh, Suki, there's that proud gal again.
Pride goes before a fall, I always say.
If you happen to see my uncle, kindly tell him that I'd like to speak to him immediately.
Oh, no one talks to Cyrus that way.
Oh, dear me, no.
Perhaps Cyrus found the sunshine too bright and went to the barn to wait for us.
Miss Augie, that's a swell idea.
Let's look.
Yep.
I don't even think this had a hanger. Did they steal the hanger?
Probably. Everything's so dirty.
What do you expect? Who are you people?
It can
Excuse me?
That's mighty funny, too.
I heard someone say they have horns on their heads and green noses.
They sure ain't worth a penny apiece we paid to see them.
Oh, wait a minute. You paid a penny?
Didn't you?
No, silly. I got here on my good look.
What is going on here?
Okay, that's all.
I still say they ain't worth a penny.
Sure ain't. They're real honest, good city slickers. What more could you want?
A green nose would do.
And horns on their heads.
Something tells me that we're on exhibition.
This is outrageous.
Okay, that's all. Show's over. Clear out.
I take it you're the youngest, coolest? What do you mean doing something like that?
If you don't like it, you can leave.
I'm going to tell your father about this.
Pa won't pay no heed to you city slickers.
Stop calling us that!
Pa says you're to feed the cat.
What cat?
The one in there.
This is a lot of food for a cat.
It's a big cat.
All right, but don't go anywhere. I still have some things to say to you.
Oh, I won't. I want to leave now for anything. Dot, Pa says you're to hoe the garden.
What's the hurry?
If you don't, you'll get a beating.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you. It's a wild cat.
Oh, this does it!
Oh, it does?
Wow, you're starting to look more human.
I hardly think so.
Want a taste?
Not particularly.
Aw, come on. Pa had me fry 'em up special for the company.
Okay. What an odd taste.
Well, do you like it?
I suppose I could get used to it.
Oh, I love them. There ain't nothing in the world like fried pig lungs.
Did she say fried pig's lungs?
Yep, we have 'em often.
Oh, what else do you have?
Pig's feet, fried rattlesnake.
Oh, that's enough.
Oh, not quite. Sometimes for dessert we have fish eye pudding.
Oh,
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go find Uncle Cyrus.
Well, if it ain't Horse-Faced Dilly. Howdy.
Howdy yourself.
Are you looking for something in particular, or are you just looking for trouble?
Need some soap down at the cabin.
Soap? What for?
Makes good eating.
Yeah? I'll have to try that sometime. That'll be 5 cents.
I'll owe it to you.
Oh, no. Pa says we ain't trusting nobody.
Well, I don't trust nobody either. Your pa want to take this outside?
I don't think he would.
Last scout trial was buried just yesterday.
Oh? Well, I'll tell Pa you was here.
You know, Betty Bell, me and my kinfolk have been taking things out of the store for years and not paying for it.
Think nothing of it, Horseface.
Yeah, but maybe you're right. Maybe we do need to do him a favor for a change.
If you just stayed away, I think Pa would be mighty happy.
Nope, it has to be something bigger than that. I heard you had some city cousins come down.
Yeah?
Aunt Suki said they were mighty mean and you'd be better off without them.
Yeah. I sure wish we could get rid of them.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
I'll get rid of them for you.
You don't mean...
Yep.
Oh no! I mean, Pa don't want them killed! There's other ways it ain't so messy.
Well, I wasn't figuring doing it inside the house. Mother always said it would be untidy inside the house.
We don't want it done no place. We got our own ways of getting rid of them, Horseface.
Well, all right. But if those other ways don't work, you know where to find me.
I do. Fried hog's lungs. Well, howdy, Pa. Thanks for putting the cat in its cage for me.
Why, Cyrus?
We was looking all over for you.
And I bet you was looking for us.
Funny how we missed each other, ain't it, Si?
I believe we was talking about the hoedown before we was interrupted.
And dear Cyrus was telling us how he was dying to go.
I'm dying, all right.
Oh, Cyrus, you say the nicest things.
Your only problem is finding someone to take, huh?
I was thinking I would take my daughter, Betty Belle.
But Cyrus, Betty Belle's getting to the age where she'll be wanting to go with the fellers.
So am I.
You're only 6 months younger than I am, so don't go giving yourselves airs, Miss Augie.
But I ain't run through a couple of husbands like you, Aunt Suki.
And now see what you done. He got away again.
Oh, Cyrus? Come on, he ain't got much of a head start.
They don't want us here any more than we want to be here, Dorothea.
I still think it's fun. Or maybe I should say that it could be fun.
Even that girl, Happy did they call her? Even she's giving us the cold shoulder now.
Yeah, I noticed. And she was so nice to us when we came. I wonder what happened.
There has got to be a way that we can get out of here and still get our money.
Nice trick, if you can do it.
Horseface Dilly just shot another feller.
Did I hear you say something about Horseface Dilly?
Yeah, he just shot a feller up the street. Offered him a bite of soap. He took too much.
A bite of soap?
Yep, makes for good eating.
Out of my way!
Uncle Cyrus, I need to talk to you.
I'm busy.
Cyrus, about the hoedown.
Uncle Cyrus, I need to talk to you about the living conditions around here.
Ask anybody to the hoedown yet, Si?
No!
Okay, kids, we got him cornered!
Uncle Cyrus, about us.
Forget about it, Corny. We're one big happy family. One big happy family.